Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to share my December book haul with you. I have so many books and most of them are from book boxes and friends. I only have two books that I bought myself. The first one is The Engagement Party by Darby Kane. This is going to be the January book discussion for my podcast, Talk Bookish to Me. It's always linked down below. And I'm so excited about this because I don't believe I've read any or many Darby Kane books, but this one sounded so good. It says, "And then there were none meets I Know What You Did Last Summer," which is perfect for January because on my Patreon, I'm doing an And Then There Were None inspired reading challenge. It's a team challenge that my patrons could sign up for. The teams are already decided, the manor guests versus the killers. And all I'm gonna say is it's gonna be epic. I'm so excited. But this book, I'm also very excited about. Emily Hunt went missing from her affluent liberal arts college on graduation weekend. Her body was found floating in a river. Across campus, a quiet loner died by suicide. A tenuous link, one text, bound these two dead students together and was enough for law enforcement to close the case. But they got it wrong, and now someone is determined to set it right. Again, that was The Engagement Party by Darby Kane. And if you read this in January or read it now, you can join me for the book discussion in January. I'll try to put the date on the screen of when that episode is going to go up, but I'm really excited. The other book I picked up from Pango Books called I Am Pilgrim by Terry Hayes. I've heard some really good things about this book. I don't think it's like my personal typical thriller, but I've heard it's very action-packed and very fun. And I heard about this on a couple of different bookish podcasts that I listened to. And I know that the second book, the sequel, is coming out in 2024. Haven't heard the best things about it, but I wanted to give this one a go. I'm always looking for new thriller authors to try, and I figured I would go ahead and dabble in this one. I used credit to pick it up, so it was kind of like free, but this one says, "The narrative is thrilling, the tension tightens with action. It's a murder mystery, an illuminating account of contemporary international politics, and a study of an unusual man." If the quality changed, I apologize. I had to flip over and film on my phone now. So I guess I need to get busy because I did not bring my battery charger. So let's go ahead and go through all of the book box subscription and one from the publisher. The one that I received from the publisher is an art copy of The Fury by Alex Michaelides, and I'm so excited about this because I've really loved one of his books, The Silent Patient, and I was kind of like, okay, about The Maiden. So I'm really looking forward to this one to see how I feel about it, and I'm hoping to read it in January. It also has like an And Then There Were None vibe to it as well. It says, "This is a tale of murder," or maybe that's not quite true. At its heart, it's a love story, isn't it? Lara Farah is a reclusive ex-movie star and one of the most famous women in the world. Every year, she invites her closest friends to escape the English weather and spend Easter on her idyllic private Greek island. I tell you this because you think you know the story. You probably read about it at the time. It caused a real stir in the tabloids, if you remember. It had all of the necessary ingredients for a press sensation, a celebrity, a private island cut off by the wind, and a murder. We found ourselves trapped there overnight. Our old friendships concealed hatred and a desire for revenge. What followed was a game of cat and mouse, a battle of wits, full of twists and turns, building to an unforgettable climax. The night ended in violence and death, but who am I? My name is Elliot Chase, and I'm gonna tell you a story unlike any you've ever heard. So that's this one. I'm really looking forward to it. So happy that I got an early copy from the publisher. All right, from Book of the Month in December, I chose No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. This is an early release. It doesn't come out until January, but this is the Night Owl Book Club pick for February. So me and my Night Owls that are part of my book club are gonna be reading this and deciding it. They voted on a couple of different books, and this is the one that they chose. This one says, "Three sisters, two murders, and too many secrets to count." I've read at least one other book by this author, maybe two. Let's see. What Lies in the Woods. I think that's the only one that I've read. Yeah, so I've only read the one, but I really enjoyed that. I rated it 4 stars. I was on the Lights Out Book Club on Riveting Reads' channel, Sav from Riveting Reads, and I really enjoyed that discussion and that book, and I hope I enjoy this one too. So if you want to join my book club, check the link in the description box. All right, I have quite a few, and by quite a few, I mean several Aardvark book club books. The first one that he sent me last year, but I ended up unhauling it, and then I re-got it on Pango. All the Dark Places by Terry Parlato. This one says, a savage murder rocked a quiet Boston suburb, revealing the dark secrets at the center of a group of friends in this clever, propulsive debut from the new master of suspense. So the reason why I went back and got that is because I never read it, and I picked this one, What Waits in the Woods. I love this cover so much. But I figured I would start with their debut and then move on to this one. But in this riveting thriller from a new master of suspense, a young dancer's homecoming is marred by a grisly discovery and the realization that nothing in her past may be quite what she believed. So I definitely want to read this one, but I want to read this one first. So I have both of those. These are from November, I believe. I got The Favorites by Rosemary Hennigan and Love Interest by Claire Gilmore. Got both of those. This one is like an office enemies to lovers, I believe. And then we have this one, which is kind of like dark academia. Most students would kill to be accepted in the prestigious law and literature cohort at Franklin University, but for Jessie Mooney, enrollment in the course is about more than elite campus status, rigorous thought, and professional connections. It's her chance to get close to charismatic Professor Jay Crane and take him down. So give me a little bit of the Maiden vibes. Hopefully I enjoy this one more. And then last but not least, from October, this one was back ordered from Aardvark because they printed a select batch of them, and I ordered this through them, and they were like, it's going to be sent out late because we had to go into a second printing, which yay. But also look at the size of this book. I was shocked. Anyway, this is The Reformatory by, I can never say this author's, 𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒔. But this one takes place in Gracetown, Florida in June 1950. And it's about this person named Robbie, a 12-year-old Robbie Stevens Jr. He's sentenced to 6 months at the Gracetown School for Boys for kicking the son of the largest landowner in town in defense of his older sister, Gloria. So it's during Jim Crow South and the very real horror of the school they call the Reformatory. And then last but not least, I wanted to jump into some of the Christmas presents, the early Christmas presents that I have received. So the first one was from my book club. We did a Christmas party. We did a little spin the bottle thing. If you saw the Instagram reel or the TikTok that I did of that, it kind of went viral on TikTok. But anyway, the book I received is The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek by Rhett McLaughlin and Link Neal. And these are very famous like comedians, YouTubers. This is a young adult horror book, and I really don't know too much about it. It's so funny because everybody else's book I had at least heard of, and I was the last to pick because I was filming the TikTok. So I just got what was left over, and it was this one. And it says, a thrilling and darkly funny novel about two best friends fighting the sinister forces at the heart of their southern town. So I'm really looking forward to this one. So Faith sent me this for Thanksgiving, actually. It's At Home with the Horrors by Sammy Scott. And I searched for this when I went to Nashville and visited Keisha. I was just looking for it in every single bookstore that I went to, and I just like never had any luck. So I finally got it from Faith. Thank you so much, Faith. And I have all of the stories marked because it is a series, like a series of horror short stories. The last one is pretty long, but I have them all marked off, and I really hope that I can get to this soon. It says, just when you thought it was safe to go home again. A lonely woman finds an unlikely companion when she discovers that her new house is haunted. A couple's mundane argument quickly evolves into a night of terror. A harried wife finds herself the victim of her husband's pranks when he launches a successful YouTube channel. An antisocial teenager encounters a mysterious new world when he begins looking into the window of his neighbors' homes, etc., etc. All right, so this I did did a book exchange. It's the Night Owl book exchange that I do with my Patreon every single year. And I was matched with April, one of my dear friends that lives near Nashville in Tennessee. And she sent me the Mindfuck series by 𝒔𝒊𝒏𝒅, and I am so excited. This book is chunky because it is a compilation of all 5 of the books, and this definitely went over budget, but thank you so much, April, because I was very hesitant to buy it for myself. But I want to do an exclusive reading vlog with spoilers and everything in the new year. I am so excited, and I've heard that this is so addictive, so I'm really excited to have this. Thank you so much, April. Yeah, this is about monsters can come in many forms. They took too much, left too little, I had nothing to lose until him. It's about a serial killer that's falling in love with the FBI agent that's like tracking her down, I think. But anyway, I don't really want to know too much, but it says romance with a stabby twist. And that's all I really need to know. I've heard so many good things about this. Like the writing is like maybe cringe, like it's definitely not literary masterpiece level, but it's so fun. And sometimes that's just what we need, you know? All right, now the presents from Keisha. Keisha's presents came to me in 2 parts. The first part, I received these 4. She sent me the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lorelei Gilmore, which she read in the fall, and I'm gonna save until next fall, but I'm really excited about this. It is the first book in a companion type series. They all have kind of like covers like this, which I really love. When Jeannie's aunt gives her the beloved Pumpkin Spice Cafe in the small town of Dream Harbor, Jeannie jumps at the chance for a fresh start away from her very dull desk job. So got that one. And then she sent me Skye McDonald's book. This is The Not So Nice Girl. And I love this cover so much. It's so 80s. And she also sent me this bookmark in here that she drew. And it's also signed. So Eleanor Fields wants nothing more than to spend a drama-free summer in Nashville, listening to rock and roll and baking pastries. But her plans are derailed when she walks into a local record shop and meets Sam Green, a newly graduated, newly single guy who's looking for a stress-free summer of his own. So it's going to be a romance between those 2, and I can't wait to get started. Then she sent me Source Line 1 and 2, the graphic novels. She's read both of these and she's enjoyed both of these, and I know these are pretty well enjoyed overall. I love the artwork, and you know, Let's Get Graphic is making a comeback in March, so maybe these will be on that TBR. I saved the best for last, you guys. I literally saved the best for last. I was stunned, shocked, elated, crying when I got this. So as you guys know, I mean, if you haven't heard me talk about it, you'll hear me talk about it in my best books of 2023, my best and worst, at some point whenever I can get that video up. But for those of you that do not know, this is my favorite book of all time. Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And it's a fairly new book. It just came out last year. And there's not that many like special editions of the book. So I have the book of the year, like one of the book of the year books. Maybe it was the book of the year of 2022 from book of the month. I have that edition. That's the edition that I read. I read it in May and fell in love with it instantly, read it back to back, and I was looking for special editions because it's my new favorite book of all time, and I just had the book of the month edition. So I was looking for special editions, couldn't find any. Jordan ended up going out of the country and got me a special edition from that country, and Keisha got me this one. Custom sprayed edges. Are you kidding me? The ombre, like, I cannot. I cried. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Took 2 months to make and send to me, but totally worth it. Keisha crushed it. So, not that I'm not grateful for any of the other books that I received. I absolutely am, but like, you gotta admit, this is stunning. Stunning. So, Anyway, that's it for my December book haul. Let me know what book or video that I mentioned that you're the most excited about. Don't forget, you can check out my Patreon, my podcast, and everything else linked down in the description box. But that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.